2 parts of the factory driver section are now complete. We are 3/4 of the way there. We only have 3 assignments left to go, and it will surprise me if it takes me less than an hour to do one of these assignments. Because one of these assignments is hellacious. Anyways, let's move on to our senior test driver assignments. I've forgotten what her name is. Anyway. So our assignment is called Time Trials. Good to see you again, George. Looks like you've been quite busy since I last saw you. We're doing some time trials through a slalom course on the back roads. The track is pretty tight, and this car has a very light tail. I've been watching you and I'm not that impressed. Okay, that's a little bit harsh and somewhat offensive, but whatever, I'll take it. Let's say I've seen better. This should test your skills. Okay, let's put our skills to the test and see if we can impress whoever that girl is. Oh yeah, Stephanie. Yeah, it's Stephanie. I just remembered her name is Stephanie. Anyways, let's get on with the time trial.
3, 2, 1, go!
This is basically another slalom, isn't it? And we are already off to a brilliant start. Okay, doing well so far at least. How far off am I going to be? Yep, okay. Well, without those penalties I would have done it. But anyway, let's try again. And see how long this takes.
3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1, go! Congratulations! You beat the track record!
Okay, so I got there eventually. It definitely took plenty of practice in order for me to somehow get it right, but eventually, once I muted myself and basically took my quite heavy headset off, that's when I was able to get the run in. So yeah, there was that. Anyways, moving on to the next test. And boy, is this one going to be more of an ordeal than I can contemplate. Especially since that previous one took me probably 10 minutes to get it right somehow. But this one I think is going to be at least 4 times longer than that. Lighthouse Run. People are saying that you might actually be a challenge for me, and that you're gunning for my title as Ace Driver. I'd say at this point you're not even close. Again, that's a bit harsh and offensive. Why don't you try and make me scared? See if you can even come close to my time on the Lighthouse Cliff Run. This is going to be interesting. So, previously, we drove a 91 Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3, that was for the previous assignment, and for this one, we are driving a 99 911 GT3 Cup 996. We need to set a 1 minute 54 in order to pass. And the reason I say this one is hellacious is because of how much traffic you have to deal with. And you'll basically be penalised a second if you hit anything off the road as well.
3, 2, 1, go!
So that's only more of a reason for me to say why this is so hellacious. I mean, this is just not enjoyable in any way, shape or form. You've literally got to figure out how to not get penalised in order to somehow beat this. And I can guarantee you this is going to be not even close to Stephanie's time on my first attempt. Plus, furthermore, the traffic will literally do anything in their power to stop you. I mean, even if that means stopping right in front of you, they will do it. Because it basically feels like they are minions of Spectre. And they will do anything in their power to stop you from setting a decent time. So yeah, basically, if you hit anything on the road, then you'll be penalised a second. And for one reason or another, if you take the bridge, a lot of the time you'll also be given a penalty. I don't know how and I don't know why, but I'm going to assume there was a reason for that. But yeah, the traffic in this, they will do anything to stop you. And now I've got to try this again and also mute myself because, well, I need to concentrate here, so yeah. Let's try and see how long it is before we pass. Or how long it takes.
3, 2, 1, go! Congratulations!
You know, if you really do want to know about something that is hellacious, then I can assure you this is basically the epitome of what a hellacious test in a game like this one looks like. I mean, it is just so contradictory, not even you can predict whether or not you're actually going to pass it. And let me just say, The first time I did this, it took me hours to get a result that was good enough to pass. And then, when I did manage to pass, I can definitely say there was a sense of relief. I basically needed to be about as mistake-free as I could be, with only incurring very few penalties, and then, under the circumstances, trying to see if it would actually be good enough for me to succeed. But I am glad to say at the end of the day I did succeed. And it only took me, what, about over 30 minutes to get the job done? So yeah. So it definitely took a lot less time for me to get this done the second time around than it did the first time. But still, the traffic here is clearly not your friend. And if the traffic is right in front of you, they will literally do whatever it takes to basically fuck up your entire run and basically keep you struggling for however long it takes for you to pass it. Okay, anyways. Enough time wasted. I've got my thumbnail evidence now, so let's move on to our final assignment of this game, and we are now going back to the test track for what I think should be a time trial lap, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll wait and see. So here it is. And so our last assignment of the factory driver is officially called Final Showdown. So you got a decent time on the Lighthouse Cliff Run. Well, the new turbos are in and I've got the keys. I told you that you'd get your chance at me. Meet me after work on the track, and we'll get this over with once and for all. I'm so confident that I'm putting my title as Ace Test Driver on the line. Stephanie, I wouldn't celebrate too soon. Anyways, so we need a 1:04 in order for me to pass this one. I'm pretty sure I've done it once, I'm quite sure I can do it again.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's just a matter of getting used to where the track is and what the corners are doing. And if you can manage to eventually tiptoe your way around this track with all the cones and, you know, get used to how the corners flow with each other, then you'll get there eventually. And I'm pretty sure this is going to fail because I just hit 4 cones. I'm also pretty sure I'm not going to be on target for my first attempt. But either way, let's see how far off I am on my first attempt without the penalties. Okay, so I would have been only 4/10 off had I not hit those cones. Well, anyway, let's try again and see if we can get a run that's penalty free. Trying again at the Porsche test track, I think is what this is called. Anyway, let's try again.
3, 2, 1, go! Congratulations!
I should probably stop this a moment so I can get my frames back. It's only going to be a second. Yeah, I just figured whilst I was here I might as well get some more video footage whilst I'm here, just because I figured it would be necessary in case if the cliff house run I did was not good enough for me to get a decent shot. But anyways, yeah. So, this is the replay of our final assignment, and I did it in a 2000 Porsche 911 Turbo, according to the notes I took down from the NFS fandom. And this is officially what will now end. Yeah, so that was the time I set. I also had to shut the curtains so I would not be distracted by the sun, just so I could focus on the screen, and I am glad to say at the end of the day it actually worked, and I'm still having the same frame rate issues. Well, at least I can say I'm not having the low FPS notification constantly reappearing. You have proven to be our top driver, challenging and defeating some of the best drivers in the world. You will replace Stephanie as Porsche's aced test driver. I feel confident that you are now ready to pilot the 911 GT1. Ooh. I'm pretty sure this car also won the 24 Hours of Le Mans one year, if I'm not mistaken. And part of the reason for that is, well, because I think the Mercs dropped out early on with engine failures. Mercedes were never able to crack Le Mans, whereas Porsche, however, they have 18 wins at the facility. 18 victories in the Grand Prix of Endurance. And yes, I will replace that. I'm also fairly certain this is now done. Sadly, however, we cannot save the game once we are done with that. But it's okay, because... oh yeah, I forgot to save the game after I did the lighthouse run. Oh well. It doesn't matter because, well, we are already done with that. I might consider doing it again at some point when it's off air, but either way, the factory driver section is now done. And next time we will be moving on to evolution mode. So with that, stay tuned for more of Porsche.